Well, good morning. I got a little bit of rest, not as much as I need and would like. Another busy day ahead of me. The title for this video is Overcoming Tyranny is a Huge Task. I've been pondering a lot again this morning, especially in light of the events of the previous day. I forgot the E in events. That's crazy. Whoops, I put it in the wrong place. I want to share some of what I see and feel in our struggle, or about our struggle to overcome the tyranny of the beast. Can 555 win? Having been arrested and multiple attempts made for me to contract again with the tyrannical court system, the tyrannical police system, the tyrannical government system here in the United States, which I know in my heart is the beast. It's the false prophet. It's everything we were warned about. It is a tyranny against life, a tyranny against truth, a tyranny against law, true law. I'm talking about natural law based on human rights and natural rights. It's a tyranny against everything that is important for us to create a sustainable world that works for everyone. I was pondering a lot about the people that I encountered in that whole ordeal. Both the police and the prisoners with whom I shared the experience, I feel are not bad people. I feel they are caught up in a delusion. They're caught up in a situation that even if they're totally unconscious of it, and I don't really think that everybody is as unconscious as we sometimes would like to claim. What to do to fix it just leaves me and leaves us feeling overwhelmed. I talked with the ambassador a little bit earlier, and once again he said people need to take responsibility and take action. He feels that my friends should have been showing more support somehow. And I don't know what that somehow is. People will help. I know people are going to step up to the plate, and people are going to do what they feel that they can do. I do what I feel I can do, and I don't feel what I can do is adequate enough. As I shared with the ambassador, I really think that there needs to be a system created on Earth that has equal or greater power than the system of the beast. And it needs to be a system. Yes, individuals need to be involved in that system, but the system needs to be funded. It needs to be appreciated. It needs to be defined. It needs to be enabled to accomplish the humongous task. And it's easy to sit back and say, well, people need to get active and get involved. I've looked to work with people that are building a system. That's why I like the Kingdom of God, Sky, Earth, and the vision of Swiss Indo. To this day, I totally am in alignment with the intention there. It's not actively enabled. For whatever excuse, whatever reason, it doesn't even matter. It's not enabled. I'm fully in support of the principles of reestablishing the Republic, not only for the United States of America, but for Canada, Mexico, and all the Latin American countries, for Europe and all of the European countries, for Africa and all of the African countries, for Asia, for Australia, for all of the countries of the world to establish republics based on freedom, based on limited government, not a bestial government, not a tyrannical government, but based on respect for natural law, respect for human rights, common sense to provide people the essentials that every one of us need, not only to survive, but to thrive. But the beast is fighting for its life. It's attacking me, and I know it. It's attacking me now on two fronts. The front with my house, and now, once again, the challenge with my freedom. How do I deal with this? How does anybody deal with this? I was told by a friend, Ron, do not trust other people. You need to stand and trust yourself. And I do the best that I can to do that. I've been doing it for a long time. But I know that I cannot do it alone. I cannot accomplish the task without the tools and the support that I need, and without the cooperation of others. But not just others, others who are empowered. I am not empowered. As much as I like to think of myself as being empowered, I'm not. I felt, and I feel again this morning, a certain helplessness in the face of the tyranny. We can say, don't use the name, when everything that they do, every interaction with the beast, they're using Van Dyke, Ronald Thomas Van Dyke. They're using the name. And we're supposed to not respond. Like Kate of Gaia says, their power is in the name. They contract through the name. Using the name is fraud. But every interaction, they're demanding the name. How do you communicate? Realistically, do we just stop talking? They'll kill us. And I guarantee that in many cases that people would do what Kate of Gaia and some of these other people suggest. They would simply kill us or abuse us so badly and imprison us. It doesn't work in the real world. All of these remedies, all of these theories, all of these philosophies, they don't work at all until there is some system that has equal or greater power. I mean, in actual terms of power, as what we're fighting against. You cannot defeat this with a power that is weaker. You cannot. And you say, Ron, are you saying that spiritual power is weaker? I don't know. I'd like to think not. I was doing Ho'oponopono again this morning as I pondered again all of the people that I see and all of the insanity of the world, all of the criminality of our governments. Once again, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. Sounds wonderful, knowing the story of Dr. Yu Lin and what he did in that psychiatric institution in Hawaii. But we're talking about a psychiatric system that covers the whole world. An insanity, a psychopathy that infects the entire planet and the entire human race. And I can understand why some people do drugs or let alcohol get the better of them, or escape into religion, or any of the other escape, the attempts to escape the reality, the horror of the world in which we live. And people, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because I try to do my best. I have stood up to this beast that's been trying to steal from me since 2005, since as long as I've lived in this house, and even before that, but especially since Dr. Mary died, and I began to be forced to learn more about the workings of the system, the workings of the criminal law system of maritime law, where everything is contracted, and there's no legitimate contracts. It's all by coercion, it's all by manipulation, it's all by force and by threat. It's not free. It's not free will, and everybody's part of the system. The police are caught in it. The people that work in the prison are caught in it. The bondsmen are caught in it. You know, they're not bad people. They're only trying to survive. They're only doing what they think they must do to survive, whether making an intelligent, or not an intelligent, but a conscious choice or an unconscious choice. People are simply doing what they need to do to survive. How are we going to create a system? How are we going to create something that can match the power of the force that's exercised against us? It's frustrating for me, as I said. It's frustrating because I know how much failure there has been to this point. Oh, I can point and look at a lot of things that people are doing to try to change things. But it's a little group here and a little group there, and promises here and promises there, and everything that would possibly work doesn't, because it's not unified, because it's not brought together as something that is tangibly powerful. Good ideas, good visions, but something that's tangible in the face of the violence of the beast. I ask with all of my heart, those that are willing to support me through this struggle that I have right now, again, that I wish I didn't have. But I'm taking it as God's will, that which happened is God's will. And that somehow God is going to meet my need. And that I can be an example of others that are struggling. But I'm asking for your assistance in whatever way God puts on your heart to assist me. From whatever place that you are. You might be a law enforcement officer who is waking up. You might be in the military. You might be a judge or an attorney or somebody in the system that is being pulled. I know I have a friend who was a retired military, 20 years in the military, and an ex-police officer working for the police department, who finally said, I can't do this anymore. I have other friends that have worked in law enforcement who have come to the realization that I can't do this anymore. I can't violate people's rights like this. So no matter where you are, if you can help, if you can reach out in some way to help me or to help someone else that's going through these struggles, to let us know that you hear us, that you hear the cry. It's even part of your own being, because it's the cry of humanity to be liberated from this beast. Anyway, please do what you can. Don't make excuses. If you have a lot to offer, make it tangible. Not promises, but tangible. Make it real, so that we can together make 555 work. We need to overcome this horrendous, terrorizing beast. Thank you for listening. Namaste.